guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Avron. We got an exciting video for you today. We're going to be talking all about the EcoBeast. This one's an exciting video for me because personally, the truck is my favorite vehicle. I know I'm not supposed to have favorites when it comes to cars and children. Same thing, right? Same thing. First things first, because it is a hot summer day here in Arizona. I think forecast is going to be about 105 today. We want to avoid the heat as much as possible, I think. We'll move the Fusion out of the garage. We'll bring the truck in so we can get inside the shade. Then we'll get going. What's up, guys? Once again, today the video is going to be all about the EcoBeast. Personally, this is my favorite vehicle, like I said earlier. Reasons being is because it's super quick, it's super fast, it's a lot quicker than what I expected for a big old truck when I first bought it. So with this truck, today we're going to go through all the performance mods, all the aesthetics, pretty much all the little things that I've done to kind of make it an extension of my personality. There's been a lot done to it since I purchased it back in 2018, I believe it was. It used to look like this, and well, now it looks totally different, to be honest. And then I'll put links below as far as where I've purchased all these parts as well. So yeah, let's get going. So guys, something funny I noticed. I never really actually started to compile everything that I've purchased for this truck, but as I went back through my order history and my emails, there is a crap load of items that I have bought for this thing. What I think I'll probably do at the end of this video as well is tally up just how much I've spent on the truck. Kind of curious to see what my total price would be. But anyway, we'll step through this list one by one. We'll probably end up having to bounce around the truck a little bit. And yeah, let's get started. The first thing we'll actually talk about here will actually be the key. Specifically, this key here, if you see in the bottom right corner, it has the remote start icon. This truck did not come with remote start, which we'll talk about here in a bit. But yeah, before you can actually get remote start going on your truck, you need the key fob in order to do so. And then you actually program the keys within ForceScan, which will be another video that I'll show you guys how I did that. First op's in the back of the truck. Right here I have the replacement Ford emblem with the backup camera integrated. I purchased this guy off of Amazon a while back. Once again, I'll put all the links down below for everything I've bought. But yeah, first thing I did, backup camera. Another little aesthetic feature I have back here in the back is this little third hitch cover, or however you want to call it. Essentially, I bought this guy off of eBay. You have them on Amazon as well. It's a smoked lens. It lights up red once you hit the brakes, and I think it actually blinks as well once you have your blinkers on. But yeah, this guy has a little bit of aesthetic flair to it. Next thing I want to talk about are my tow mirrors. These guys here are actually the Ridge tow mirrors, and I actually had to wire these guys up. But it was actually, once again, pretty simple, a nice little project. Full powered. They do pull out manually. As you can see by the dirt and the dust, I never do. There was a couple different types of Ridge mirrors, and to kind of keep with the theme that I wanted, which was just kind of like a dark, sleek look, if you will, I didn't want the yellow covers on it. So, of course, I had to find the ones that had the clear covers. In addition to that, you can't really see on the inside, but the LEDs I have are yellow LEDs. So in the daytime, kind of keeps with the gray theme, but at nighttime, it'll light up yellow, just like typical tow mirrors. Next thing I want to point out is the vinyl that I've actually did. I don't know if you can really see it, but this whole bottom portion of the truck is vinyl wrapped in a matte black finish. Purchased this matte back roll. It was actually 12 inches by 30 feet, and I got that off of Amazon, and I actually went all the way around the truck with it along the bottom. These are normally chrome, so I actually wrapped that. That was pretty simple. This is also normally a chrome piece, but I went ahead and wrapped that with the matching matte black finish, and it turned out great. Next up I want to talk about is the actual headlight bulbs. I replaced the typical halogen bulbs with some Zentech HID bulbs. Both of these guys here are the same. They're 5000K. So yeah, change these guys out. They're extremely bright. They look extremely great at night. And yeah, next up I want to show you guys is the auto vent shades that I got. Specifically, you can buy these guys off of Amazon or eBay. I purchased these ones off of Amazon. These are the in-channel version, so they actually mount up on the inside rather than stick on the outside. I like these looks better because it's more sleek. It looks like it's actually more part of the truck. But yeah, that's the next one. Next thing we got is the actual tonneau cover here. This guy I actually really like. A lot of people have the soft top covers. This is a hard top cover, and this is a tri-fold, and this fits my 6.5-inch bed. 6.5-inch bed. And got this guy off of Amazon. This is a Max Mate alloy hardtop trifold. I can actually stand on it if I wanted to. It's super strong, and then of course it's super secure, so I don't have to worry about somebody pulling something out of the back of my truck. This thing is an excellent addition to any truck out there. One thing that's somewhat subtle, but it's actually something that I switched out, is the 4x4 decal. Most of the trucks that are in the darker colors, they actually have the white 4x4 decal, but once again, to kind of go with the gray, black, and silver look that I'm going for this truck, I went ahead and purchased some of these. You can buy 4, 6, 8, however many you want, and it's just a normal decal. You can peel off the other one fairly easy, and you just apply this one just like any other sticker or decal. Next up is these tail lights here. I purchased these guys off of eBay, and they're literally just called black tail lights brake lamps. All the LEDs in there are red, with of course the exception of the reverse LED, which I actually upgraded as well. So as you can see, red LEDs, and they look great. Another more prominent aesthetic mod I have on this truck, guys, is the wheels and tires. These are actually not the original wheels and tires I went with after the stock. I actually purchased an aftermarket brand for about $1,500. They're 20 by 10, and then I believe they were 33 by 12.5 tires. Huge, thick lug mug terrains. I didn't go with those for too long because the second I put them on there, I lost about 3 miles per gallon. So much acceleration, so much speed, because they were super huge and heavy. To keep with the theme of EcoBeast, I needed this thing to be as fast as possible. So what I have in here, guys, now, you can't really see it, but it's in there. There's wheel spacers that I purchased off of Amazon. They're from Supreme Suspensions. They're 2 inches wide, and pretty much all they do is give it that aggressive stance with the wheels offset outside of the body line without all the added weight of aftermarket wheels and tires. And of course, guys, I couldn't keep with the stock silver look, so I actually found these wheels from a guy off of the Facebook Marketplace. These are the exact same style as the ones that I originally had on there, but of course they're the black powder coated ones. I couldn't keep the road tires on this truck, especially with the aggressive stance I had on it, so I had to wrap them in the BF Goodrich's. The new ones are actually the back pair. These guys I actually got from a mom and pop shop, slightly used, but with BF Goodrich's, tread life stays for quite a while, so saved a little bit of cash on those ones. So guys, something somewhat humorous here that I actually purchased for the truck is these little deer whistlers here. I got these off of Amazon. I'm pretty sure you can find them on eBay as well. But essentially with these guys, I actually had a previous run-in with the deer on my Scion, unfortunately. Hopefully they actually work and will alert the deer before I get anywhere near it. But yeah, that's something I bought. One of the most pronounced things that I purchased for this truck is my front grille guard or bumper guard, whatever you would like to call it. This guy here is the Weston HDX black grille cover. I purchased this guy actually off of Amazon. And yeah, it fits great, it looks great, it makes the truck look real aggressive and rugged. I used to have just the little bull guard, which is just a small one that kind of loops up from the bottom. But I went ahead and upgraded to this guy because once again, shortly after I had my accident with the deer on the Scion, I was pretty scared on having it happen to any of my other vehicles, especially this truck. Next up, I want to talk about the front headlight housings. This guy here, if you can't tell the difference, this kind of resembles somewhat of what the FX4s have, which is like the black housing on the inside rather than the chrome. Well, these are actually slightly different from the FX4s as well. Main thing here is right here, the little side marker overlay. Normally this is a yellow overlay or amber. They were called the Euro black tint crystal headlights. On the inside, of course, I put a yellow LED to keep with the amber light at night. Probably one of my favorite aesthetic mods, as well as one of the most subtle mods that I have here. And of course, it's the EcoBeast overlay. I actually purchased these off of eBay. These are simply called the Ford EcoBeast decal emblem. Real cheap, real awesome. Adds that little bit of personality to your truck. Next up, we're going to talk about the front grille here. I actually purchased this guy off of eBay. It's literally called the ABS front mesh grille, which is for 09 to 2014 F150s. This guy is pretty much identical to the Raptor style one you guys will see online, which has the Ford written across it, except of course it doesn't have that on there. But it does maintain the actual Raptor style lights, which you can see there. I like this guy because for 2 reasons. I didn't want it to look too much like a poser Raptor. I wanted it to be somewhat unique without looking like something else or another vehicle out there on the road. Number two, it actually allows a lot more airflow in because those letters, even if it's subtle, those letters do block some airflow. And with this intercooler that I have, you want just as much airflow as possible. So yeah, at the time that I filmed this video, unfortunately, there was no link anymore posted for this specific grill. There's some similar ones out there, so I'll keep an eye out. And as I find that link pop up, I'll update my video, update the link below, and make sure you guys can see, if you're interested in this specific one, where I got it and the direct location for it. Next up, I have the trailer brake module that I purchased off of eBay. This guy is called the Dorman trailer brake module for 2012 to 2014 F150s. It was actually very simple to install. You just have to take off this pillar here, and it actually mounts with one screw on the back side in there. And there's some stuff you got to do in the background in the ForScan app, as well as with some other things I have installed on here. So yeah, highly recommended. Fairly cheap, and it's off of eBay. Next up, what we got is the genuine Ford remote start kit. This goes hand in hand with the key that I showed you guys earlier. This guy here is actually installed up underneath the dash, so you can't really see where it's at. Any model XLT and up that does not have remote start will have the connection up under here. But in ForScan, you actually configure this guy to have your truck remote start ready. You can actually also configure what you want to show on the dash when it comes to remote start. But yeah, that's another piece and another video that we'll talk about later. Next, I want to talk about the Husky floor liners I bought. I actually have a full set all around the entire truck. I actually had to buy it in multiple pieces, but nonetheless, they're all available on Amazon. First things first, what I purchased was the front driver and passenger side floor mats. Then followed by the full length rear floor mat from Husky. This guy goes all the way from underneath the front seats all the way back to the furthest point you can get to underneath the back seats. Anything you can spill, it'll keep it inside this mat, and you can suck it up with a shop vac or vacuum it out depending on what it is. Last Husky floor mat I bought was the center hump one. This guy here, once again, it's just an additional protection against any type of dirt and debris that could drop on the floor. One thing I don't like about the Husky floor mat, I wish I'd actually engineer these things to actually fit on the outside so that if you did drop liquid, it'll go down here rather than just to the back underneath and onto your carpet. Now that we're done with the aesthetics part of this video, now we're on to the performance side. I actually wanted to start inside the truck with what I feel is one of the most important mods you can get for your F150 Ecoboost. This guy here, what I have is the SCT X4 tuner, and I actually purchased it off of mptperformance.com. I'm actually no way affiliated with MPT Performance, however it's just who I chose. There's many different tunes, many different tuners out there, even many different tuner modules that you can get, but essentially this guy is extremely important for these trucks. Reasons being, I think the tuner is the most important mod you can get for your F-150 is because from the factory, Ford really restricts these trucks to the point where they're slugs. And you'd be just surprised with what a simple tune could do for your truck, even without any other performance mods you add to it. Now it's time to jump under the hood. First thing I want to take a look at while we're underneath the hood is the cold air intake. This guy here, what I have is the AFE Power Magnum Force Stage 2. This guy here can be purchased off of Amazon, eBay, but I specifically purchased this guy from my same tuner site, mptperformance.com, and this guy is excellent. It really takes the first restriction point of these engines, which is the intake, and really opens it up to allow as much air in as possible, which is a key component to all turbocharged vehicles. Next thing up is the hot side charge pipes. I actually purchased these hot side charge pipes from eBay. These guys here are max performance 2.5 inch hot side charge pipes, and they're powder coated black just for kind of a stealth look underneath the hood. The stock plastic pipes, if you guys ever take a chance to look at your truck, there's a pinch right here just as well as on the other side as the plastic hose gets routed through your engine bay, and it's extremely constrictive. Like I said, we just want to keep freeing up all the restriction points. Just after the hot side pipes, which both feed from both turbos, they'll snake their way through the front of the engine, come back down and around underneath the frame of the truck, and they actually meet up in this coupler reducer here that comes with the intercooler kit. And this On3 Performance full race intercooler is amazing. It's huge. It's a lot better than the stock intercooler set. The core itself is about 21 inches by 13.5 inches by 3.5 inches deep, which is a lot larger than the stock intercooler that these EcoBoosts come with. And I actually had to submit a couple of data log runs to my tuner so they can fine tweak the tune that I have on this truck. I started off with a couple of baseline runs using the stock intercooler. The parameter I was looking for that night was specifically the intake air temperature reaching the intake manifold. And the temperatures reaching the intake manifold are upwards of about 130 to 140, which is extremely high. Then I actually went back on another similar night and did another data log run once this intercooler was installed, and it was amazing just how much it dropped my intake temperatures. It dropped it down to at most 90 degrees. For most of the RPM band, it was just about 10 to 20 degrees above the air intake temperature actually coming into the vehicle. And at the top of the RPM band, around 5,000 to 6,000 RPMs, like I said, less than 90 degrees, which is amazing. For one, this intercooler is a lot larger than the stock one, and two, because of the location of this intercooler, there's a lot more charge air that can actually come in and hit the surface directly. In layman's terms, pretty much means that the more air you have hitting on a larger area of surface, the more heat dissipation you have, which in turn means this intercooler is a lot more efficient than that one, which means your hot air will get cooler quicker. As we make our way up from that side of the intercooler, we have the cold side charge pipe. With that, and as well as the 50mm blow-off valve is included. You can't really see the blow-off valve because it's actually on that side of the charge pipe. It's actually a great value for that On3 Performance full race intercooler kit, because once again, you get the intercooler, you get your cold side charge pipe, you get your blow-off valve, you get the couplings that you need to connect to the stock location for your hot side pipes, and overall it's just a great value. I'll put a sound clip up so you guys can hear what it sounds like when I let off the gas. One more performance mod that you guys can't really see is the RatStat 175 degree thermostat that I have down there. That guy keeps the operating temperatures of this truck about 20 degrees cooler. I have it coupled with a tune from MPT Performance, whereas the stock fans will actually kick on at around 205, but we have it set to kick on the fans at about 190, 195. Keeping this vehicle cool is a crucial part of longevity, especially for turbocharged vehicles. On top of the fact that I live here in Arizona, which heat is always a factor. The last piece that I have underneath this hood, which is not really a performance part, but it's definitely something that's extremely important for the EcoBoost engines, is this UPR Mega Catch Can. To some people, catch cans, they say, are not necessary, but I can go on and on about saying, oh, how it's awesome, how it's great, and how you need one, but I'll let its results speak for itself. So as we make our way over to the workbench, I've had this UPR catch can installed for about 10,000 miles now, and really, like I said, the results speak for themselves. But that catch can has prevented all this from getting right back into my intake system and dirtying up all my pipes on the inside. Firm believer of oil catch cans, especially for these EcoBoosts, and definitely get you one as soon as you can. So we made our way underneath the truck now, and the last and just as important performance part you can get for your truck is an exhaust. What I've got is the MBRP T409 stainless steel exhaust. This guy is actually 4-inch diameter exhaust, which is huge, and that's actually perfect for the setup I have in the front, because with all that extra air and all that freeing up of restriction that I have on the front end, I need to be able to do the exact same on the back end. To cap off the 4-inch exhaust from MBRP, they throw in the 5-inch chrome tip. It looks aggressive, it looks awesome, and it sounds amazing overall. I'll put another sound clip up so you guys can hear a startup for this. I purchased it off mptperformance.com, so feel free to go there as well. But once again, exhaust, very needed for your EcoBoost. Like I said earlier, I was actually kind of curious to see how much I've actually spent on this truck, both aesthetic and performance, over the past 2 years that I've owned it. And, well, this is that amount. There's actually probably going to be a lot more added to that as we continue to make more content, continue to add more things to it, continue to make it even more so what I have an envision for it. Alright guys, that about does it for today's video. As always guys, thank you for watching. If this is your first time watching the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button below. Smash that like button there. Be sure to hit that little bell notification so you can see all the new videos that I have coming up, which are in works as we speak. But as always guys, this is Everything Averin, and I'm out.